Ramel Bratton, Shamel Bratton, Coach Starcia, Colin Briggs, Adam Gittleman will be here shortly. I'll bring him in. So we're going to start with Coach. You can start at with the opening statement, please.
Good win for us against a quality Cornell team. Deep respect for Cornell. Doing them over the years. Ben's going to do a great job there. And this is the end of a long stretch of a lot of lacrosse for us. 7 games in the past 3 weeks, and I don't think we've been particularly sharp in the last week. So today was, I don't feel like there was a lot of magic in the air most of the day for us. Seemed like we were really kind of struggling a little bit on offense in particular, but we worked hard. I thought we would continue to work. I thought we did the same thing last Friday night up in the Dome. It worked, and our effort almost carried us through last week, and was able to kind of carry us through today. It just it never felt like it was going to be easy. We just sort of got to get back. Sort of feel like we got to get back on the practice field. We haven't been able to practice very much recently. Sort of get back on the practice field a little bit. Let these guys rest up and get back to it. But this is the kind of win that'll stand up for us, I think, over the course of the season. And this is a particular segment of the season for us where we play 2 games a week. We're finished with that now, and to come through and be where we are right now with a win over Cornell here to finish up. Really happy with where we are.
Open up for questions.
Okay. We're out of here.
Coach, about the offensive where the production came from today. Ramel and Shamel had 2 goals that gave you the leads that you got production from some other guys. Start with that a little.
Well, certainly Colin, since the beginning of the season, has stepped up and has been making plays for us consistently. You can see it, and probably saw it at the end of last year and through the preseason. And we have been figuring out different ways to get Colin on the field in different situations, so he can continue to make those kind of plays for us. Rob Emery's a young guy. He makes some mistakes out there, but he can hammer a shot if he gets his hands free. And so the same thing, you're trying to use him where you can. I thought today, we defended the whole day. We never picked the ball up easily out of our defensive end in particular, especially in the first half. And so it would seem like they were able to just kind of keep offensive rebounding, and it really kind of had us on our heels at that end of the field. But I thought we did a nice job of defending. Pinnell he's a very special player. I thought Matt Lovejoy really battled him. But like I say, I thought defensively, I thought we were pretty good almost throughout. And we just picked the ball up a little bit easier. I think we made our lives a little simpler.
Coach, talk about first, especially 3 quarters today, the face-off. When it seemed like Ryan was really kind of in a good rhythm there. Talk about, especially in the first half of the game, it seemed like the offense wasn't clicking too well. Talk about how that kind of, kept the gap from getting any wider.
Yeah, it's a game of runs, and it's kind of a game of possessions. When Cornell sort of felt like they had the ball most of the first half, it seemed like they were winning face-offs. We throw LaPierre out there to face off. It's a little change up. He's not real fancy, but he's pretty good if the ball is loose. And then Benincasa, came in and probably did more for us today than we've asked him to do in any of the games. And I thought he was very good. And at least we were able to get the ball back with some consistency more in the second half. And I felt like that was a real help. I felt like it was really one-sided the time of possession in the first half, and it evened out in the second half a little bit. I didn't know if we were going to score enough to kind of ever get the lead, but I felt like we had more chances in the second half. But we kept working, and these guys and Colin, made some big plays when we had to have them.
Colin, 4 times Cornell goes up by 2 goals, and you guys answered immediately, 3 times within a minute. What did that type of response time and again do for you guys?
That next goal is always a big goal. If they went up by 3, that would be a big difference. But we like to push the ball and play in transition, and we were able to make some plays and keep it close.
Dom, you talked about a little bit your second midfield line. And you go into a game like today, and you look at the stat sheet and you get 4 goals out of your big 4 players. I would assume you think you'd be in trouble, but you weren't.
Well, with Ramel and Shamel, we're asking a lot there. You saw Shamel play up on the attack some when he wasn't playing midfield. You saw Ramel back on defense some. They just can't be out there every minute. And so Colin, John Holdy, I thought stepped up and played well today. Rob Emery, a couple different guys that we just need to continue to grow as players. That we need to have that kind of depth. It makes us more dangerous all the time. That was certainly a key part of it today.
You should talk about Adam's play today. 13 saves is a good day, but I mean, 8 or 10 of those saves were quality saves from good scoring.
He has been, he's been good throughout the season. Up in the Dome last week, he gave us a chance in that game that we, maybe hadn't earned by the quality of our play overall, but Adam kind of kept us in the game right till the end, and it carried over today. It just, it felt like he had a couple of big saves late in the game, especially, when the game is being decided. Those are the things you're always sort of talking about and thinking about. How are you facing off? Well, do you win a face-off when the game is being decided? Do you get a save when the game is being decided? And I thought late in the game today, Adam really stood up, and that's what you expect from a senior and a 4-year starter. He's been on his game since the beginning, and we certainly it gives us some confidence as we go forward. And we are, like I say, I hate to use the word young, but we're a new group on defense, and we're still kind of finding our way. And we need Adam's poise and experience behind us as we kind of figure it out.
John, what are some of the ways that maybe aren't so obvious, the subtle things that happen behind the scenes when you have a 4-year starter in such a huge position?
In the goal?
Yeah, the things he does to affect the team, as the season's grinding along day to day.
Well, I would tell you that it hasn't been, as you can imagine, for a goalie. It hasn't been the smoothest ride for Adam. It hasn't always been easy. His freshman year, we go with Bud Petit late in the season, and I'm sure it was a little bit of a blow to Adam. I also felt like that was a good learning moment for him, and to see a boy like Bud, who had been waiting for 5 years to play, and then have Adam come in as a freshman and beat him out. Those are valuable kind of lessons for young men to learn. And so you've just watched Adam grow up as much as anything else over these 4 years. And I think in the past, I don't want to speak for him, I think in the past, he's let some goals being scored kind of affect the next shot. And I think he's done a much better job now of just, being a little mindless about those kind of things. One goes in, hey, we just turn around, we get the next one. And he also has been invaluable to me because I've really needed that coach on the field to direct a bunch of new guys out there in the defensive half.
Either one of the brackets, how good was Cornell's defense today as a team defense?
Yeah, they did a good job taking away it was sliding right away. I don't remember their call, but I think it was like something like fire, and they were sliding right away, trying to get the ball out of our sticks, and they did a good job of that over the course of the day. And I would say we had some opportunities that we didn't cash in on, especially me myself. I felt like my stick wasn't working for me, so I tried to change it towards the end, and I think it worked out.
Any more questions? All right.
Thanks, everybody.